It's Priscilla again. Thanks for coming back. Thank you for clicking to watch. Make sure you watch to the end because this is one of the most emotional videos I've had to do so far. This video is meant to be done later in life, but I said to myself, why not? Why won't I share this with you now when I have the chance to? It all began by me watching Kristen Teigen's video. That's John Legend's wife, Kristen Teigen's Instagram videos, where she came out talking about her endometriosis journey. I said, okay, since I intend sharing mine to save a life, I might as well do it now. So here I am doing this video. Very emotional roller coaster it's been for me. I have endometriosis. I've been diagnosed for some time now, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And I might be saving a life somewhere. I might not know them, they might not know me, but they might watch this video. So make sure you watch the end because this is me pouring myself out to you. Not for pity or anything, but for you to save a life. Do you know about endometriosis? Have you even heard the word endometriosis before? Do you know anybody suffering from endometriosis? I bet if you do, you know how their life has been hell. Endometriosis pertains to females. Nowadays, you can be so careful. So anybody who has a uterus or a womb, is what I'm talking about. So the endometrium is a lining of the uterus or womb. Let me just use womb to make it simple. The endometrium lines the inside of the womb. But in endometriosis, that lining is found outside elsewhere, not inside the womb. Some portion of it grow elsewhere. It can be on your intestine, it can be on your bladder, it can be on your ovaries, it can be on your fallopian tube, it can even be on your stomach, the organ stomach, not on your abdomen, the organ stomach. Yes. So I never had any idea I had endometriosis, moving about my usual life. But the story and how endometriosis comes about, it's basically about you having your menstrual cycle over the years. The blood builds up in those areas outside the womb where that lining is found. So as you are bleeding and shedding off the endometrium, those parts are also bleeding. So if it's your intestine yours is stuck on, or it's your stomach, or it's your bladder, you're going to be having severe. So if that is the story and how it comes about, then every single month that you bleed, blood accumulates there. Long-term complications are it becomes adhesions, forms solid patches, and gets attached to those organs. So whatever the functions of those organs are, they cannot perform them fully because of that obstruction. So your bladder helps you pee, and now this is sitting on top of it. So anytime you are peeing, you have pain. It's sitting on your intestines. Anytime you're having a bowel movement, you have excruciating pain. I follow these support groups that talk about endometriosis on social media, especially on Facebook. They are very good and very helpful. And you see all these funny memes. Somebody straining, trying to have a bowel movement, holding on to bars and screaming and crying blood because of the fear and the pain that will come with having a bowel movement. It is real. I have experienced it multiple times. I'm talking about this lightly because I didn't know a day like this would come whereby I'll be able to even talk about it. The thoughts of the pain I've been through in the past sends shudders down my spine. The word pain means something different to somebody who has experienced pain. The kind of pain you experience that you feel your heart is in pain, like you bang a door on your finger and you feel the pain sharp in your heart. That pain let's say times 50 is what you face when you're having endometriosis flare-ups. Sometimes we think, oh, it's regular menstrual pain. Menses is supposed to be painful. No, you might want to have that checked out. I was working about caring for other people as a health worker. I had no idea there were giant tumors growing inside my belly. I had the flattest of all tummies. Everybody can attest to that. I had no idea there was anything going on. So if this is the physiology behind it and the pathophysiology behind it, then it means this dates as far back as the very first time I started menstruating till today. So let's say close to 20 years, and those bloods have been accumulating there. Let's say some four years back, I began having slight menstrual pain. I'm somebody who never had a menstrual pain. I never even knew I was bleeding until I had to go change myself. No pain at all. I've seen people in pain back to high school and stuff, and it was strange to me because I had no idea what that was. So I had painless menstrual cycles until, let's say, 4 years back. I had on and off. This month might would be painful, sometimes not. Then I began throwing up along the line. But I had no idea. I just felt to myself, maybe because I'm aging and it's getting worse or something. My tummy was still flat. Until one day, I almost passed out. It was 2 a.m. I was living alone in the outskirts somewhere, very far, quiet. Everybody was asleep. I felt this sharp stabbing pain in my lower abdomen. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I felt like throwing up, and I don't want to throw up on myself in the room on the bed. So I tried to get up to go. I couldn't. How could I? I was in so much pain. I was crawling. It took a very long time to get to the bathroom. Then I started vomiting. After that, I got some relief. The next day, I went about my life as if nothing happened. I took a scan one time along the line. Nothing was seen, so I felt I was okay. Then fast forward, let's say it became extreme 2.5 years ago. Every single month was severe menstrual pain. Then I knew something was going wrong because this was beyond severe. This was beyond the word pain itself. You feel your abdomen is being sliced into two. It's a very sharp sword, not even a knife. You can't stand still. So you have to bend down, hold your abdomen. The hot water bottle won't do it. The hot blankets won't do it. Pain medications won't do it. I have run through a bunch of pain medications. I have a whole bag full of them. And we all know their side effects as well. By that time you're in pain, you're not even thinking of the side effects. I began losing weight, but your abdomen will feel bloated. Number one, you're afraid to go and use the bathroom to have a bowel movement or pee. You're afraid to eat. You don't even have the appetite to eat. So the little you've eaten, you are constipated because you don't want to let it out because of the pain. So I began seeking medical help. Hospital to hospital. And mostly it's being misdiagnosed. People tell you different things. They tell you ovarian cyst, they tell you it's Pcos, they tell you this and that and that. But luckily I was diagnosed and I was told I have endometriosis. So I had to do a lot of research and read about it. I had a lot of questions for my providers anytime I go to the doctor's offices. They made me hear all the options that were available. Basically, they let you have to take contraceptives for the rest of your life because they believe that will shrink the size, and it never helped. I went through 3 different kinds of contraceptives for a very long time. It was not helpful. I was bleeding until one day bad English. I was bleeding so much until I became very anemic. I'm already anemic on a normal day because of my AS, sickling status. So I was so anemic. I passed out. The ambulance came for me, took me to the hospital. Still the same. Anytime you go, all they tell you is, oh, it's your endometriosis flare up. It's back again. I know it is back again. That's why I'm here. So what are you doing about it? They give you pain meds, IV, morphine, whatever, and they let you go. You go home, you feel a little better. The next month, you are in fear because you're going to have your menstruation again and you're going to go through the same cycle. Endometriosis is bad. You might want to do yourself a favor and read about it. If you're a female or if you have a womb, you want to read about it. So then this contraceptives, I began having a lot of hormonal imbalances, moodiness, anxiety, depression. Yes, I was depressed for a very long time. Yep. You will feel like you're all alone. There's nobody around you. You're going through all these awful things and the whole world is moving on and they've forgotten about you. You're angry with yourself. You are questioning stuff. What have I done wrong? And a whole lot. And nobody seems to understand. But knowing me and the people I have around me, I'm able to voice out and they're able to help. So I had a lot of good friends who decided to share their stories as well. Come to find out you are not alone. Most of them have ovarian cyst. So many things that were revealed and were surprising to me. I was like, oh. So until you talk about a situation to help somebody, nobody's going to share theirs with you. Reason I decided to do this video early. I hope you're still watching. Don't give up. Keep watching to the end. Subscribe, share this video. You might not know who you are helping by clicking on this and sharing it to somebody else. Leave comments below if you have endometriosis or you know somebody who's had it. Let me know how their experience is, or if it's your experience. Yes. So some say food, different types of food help them and all that. I was just losing weight. I had no appetite. My hair was shedding off. Yeah, that was even one of the reasons why I had to go natural. My hair was falling off like I had cancer. I went to the oncologist. Yes, I went to the cancer clinic. I remember sitting there waiting for my turn and asking myself, what if they hit me with a nose that you have cancer? What next am I going to do from here? But thankfully they said, no, yours is not cancer, it's just endometriosis and it's been there for long and this is huge. This is one of the big ones we've seen. So one of the providers said, why are you taking contraceptives? The size of yours are so huge that contraceptives can never shrink it. They're going to hurt you. Then we began seeking for a second opinion. So they were like, surgery is the only way. But surgery is not even assured. After it's taken out, it's going to come back with time. And you keep doing surgery. So people share their stories of how they had 6, 7 surgeries and they are still in constant pain. My symptoms were pain, vomiting, bloating, extreme pain when you want to have a bowel movement or you want to pee. I was losing weight. I became extremely dark. I have a lot of graphic images to show you. Be aware if you are able to look at them. They're not too graphic, but just to keep you informed and aware. My hair I was shedding off. Loss of appetite, anxiety, depression. You are so anxious of the pain that will come even in your pain-free moments. In your pain-free moments, you are so anxious because the pain is coming. I was taking a lot of overdose, a lot of painkillers. I was taking them in multiple folds, different types. Different types. I had a bag full of them. This is just some of them to stand around. I was walking around very trendy. I didn't want to be that person who had pill bottles all over their purse when they are moving around. It's like clanging sound and all. But the pain, at that moment, all you want to do is relieve that pain. Just take it and be free. And it doesn't last. It just wears off within an hour and 2. And you are back to that excruciating pain. But your heart feels like popping out of your chest. And you can't move. I was bedridden for close to 2 weeks. You couldn't move. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. I was extremely weak. Because obviously you're not eating to have that energy to do anything. Depressed, withdrawn, no shower, just giving up and laying there and everything. But thanks to the support system I had, they did not leave me alone. My family was very supportive. I had very good friends who were supporting me via phone. Those who would pray, those who would call. One of my doctor friends who call and just say that I know you can't talk, I know you don't want to talk, but just breathe. Breathe and let me know you're alive. This memory sent me back and I'm all teary again, but I don't want to go back there. So then I'll just try and breathe for her to know that I'm alive. And this is after days of me not minding anybody, ignoring my phone calls and all that. But I can see the messages and I'm just knowing the more to touch them. Sometimes I don't even have the strength to hold the phone. So I just lay the phone on my side, put my head there, click, then I'll just breathe. Then she'll be okay. Then she'll hang up. And a bunch of motivational messages. So many friends went all the way praying for me, getting me prayer support systems, recommending do this, do that. I was just in my own zone, very sad, very depressed. So I said, let me just share this video with somebody. It's all surrounding the same. If you have a terminal illness, if you're battling cancer, if you're battling something that you are living with, diabetes, hypertension, something that they don't have a cure for, HIV, seek help, seek support, join all the support groups, listen to similar stories about what people are going through. You might not know what someone would say that would be similar to your story, and you'll be in sync and you'll feel encouraged and you get out of that hole. Seek help. So down to my surgery, kept going to doctors' offices here and there. My surgery was postponed 3 times. I finally had to have a laparotomy, and thanks to technology, they don't cut you anymore that big and long and open and all that. So they had to incise 4 different places. They call it a robotic. So I had a robotic surgery. So some of the images you are looking at right now. And it had to be covered with steri strips. They inflate your abdomen with carbon dioxide, becomes like a big balloon. Then they can separate the organs, the intestine, the bladder, the ovaries, the fallopian tubes. And the adhesions have made them join together. So they have to find a way to inflate air around and scrape them and flip them open and have access to whatever they want to work with. So they had to make 4 different incisions at different places. And that's what most people have in the USA especially. Christina Teigen also had that in 4 different locations, exactly where my locations were as well. So I had that. Came home with a bloated abdomen. The bloating lasted for, let's say, 2 weeks. My belly was all sore. I couldn't touch my belly because of the pain. It's been stretched beyond limits because of the pain. Then I had medications I was taking to feel better. I was taking iron syrups and stuff to just boost myself up. And it's been a journey. It's still here with me. I'm still battling it. I have painful menstruations here and there. And I pray they find a solution. The complications, oh my God. The complications that come with this. Job loss. If you are depressed and you can't move and go anywhere and you keep asking for permission, I can't be at work today, I can't be there today, they'll fire you. So job loss. If you don't have a job, you're going to be stranded financially. So financial problems. Yes, it leads to infertility. Some people had it after they had their children. Some people, it just came from their young age. So they're not able to have kids after. Some are able to have kids even though it's along it. Some people have fibroids along the line. I think they found little ones growing in my abdomen as well. So social isolation. People leave you and move on with their lives as usual, and how they are wired to be. Life must go on. So when they want to hang out with you and you are, I'm not well, or I can't make it, you begin giving excuses, like a commercial I watched on TV recently. You form excuses and tell them, oh, I can't make it and this, and they don't get it because they don't know what you're going through. So social isolation, job loss, financial stress, anxiety, depression. You begin shopping, hospital shopping. hopping from this hospital and hospital. I have files and folders scattered all over. I've been to so many hospitals around. Some people will also say, thank God you're in America where they have a technology to take care of you. But yes, it's in this same America that I was misdiagnosed. It is in this same America that the doctor made me take contraceptives, knowing very well that the size is too much and was never going to shrink, and I bled to death. Yes, I literally bled to death until the ambulance came for me. Endometriosis pain is severe. If you have ovarian cyst, and you know the pain you go through. My friend had to become bald. She lost all her hair. The middle of the female, all that part of the hair just fell off one day. I also had hair breakages. So I had to cut my hair to a level, and I decided to go natural. Yes. I'm sure you are surprised and shocked because you see me on YouTube laughing, smiling, doing all the shenanigans, taking photos and stuff, but it's because of some very strong, supportive family members and friends that have been able to lift me up to be here. It was one of the reasons why I decided to be on this YouTube journey, share my story and save a life. So why haven't you subscribed? Why haven't you clicked on that button? Why haven't you shared my videos? It's going to be beneficial to me, myself, and somebody out there. So please do that. And I'll see you in my next video. But before I go, seek help. Join support groups. Endometriosis is pain. It's hell. You've had surgeries upon surgeries. You still have the pain. They tell you that at the end of it all, a total hysterectomy, which is a procedure to take your womb out, is what to save you. But I know women who have taken their womb out and they still have the endo pain. And it's not phantom pain, it's not fake pain, it's real pain they have, even though the hormone, even though the womb is not there. They still have their hormonal imbalances because the womb is also there to serve a function. So the solution to endometriosis, sort of, it's not a cure, but something to help you manage it. Either you take contraceptives for the rest of your life. So look at somebody who they say, who is looking for a child, and you have to take contraceptive for the rest of your life. The other option is either you have a child, then to buy you some time. Underline, buy you some time. So after that child, you might come again or you might not. Nobody can really tell. Or you take your womb out totally. Some people just have to sign up for that. They are 23. In our group recently, a lady posted, I'm 23. I have been begging all the doctors I have seen from here to take out my womb, and they're just saying because I'm young and I don't have any kids. I don't want any kids anyway. So why won't you just take out my womb? I just felt the pain that way. Then people began sharing how they did and they still have pain, and how they did and it helped them. It might vary because our bodies are obviously different. But speak to an expert. This is my story I'm sharing. This is what I am going through. This is what I went through. So speak to an expert. They'll do all the tests. I did all the tumor markers, the tests you do for cancer. They'll do all that to rule out all sorts of things. I did MRIs, I did CTs. I had cameras inserted in my uterus, in my womb, to look at other organs. I had to do kidney function tests. I had to do liver function tests. I remember when they were coming to break the news to me, an elderly OBGYN told me her face was all bitter, and she found a way around to tell me. And I said, yeah, I know there's something wrong with me. It was obviously not, there was something going on, obviously. She was like, why did you take the news? I was like, yeah, I'm just looking for a solution. I've been through hell already, so it's not the news that you're coming to break to me right now that's going to break me. I've been broken several times. She looked at me and shook my head. I went back to look for her. I didn't see her, but she said, I'm really proud of you and how strong you're able to take this. So, financial burdens, huge medical bills. If I tell you the surgery was more than $20,000, will you believe it? Yes. So huge medical bills. Insurance will take a minute section, and you have to deal with the rest of your life by yourself. Yes. So if you can't afford it, then you're gonna just die. As people will say, this world no balance. The name remains Priscilla Kuma. I'll come again with another video as usual. Share, like, support. help save a life. Whatever you are going through, don't sit on it. Knowledge acquired and it's not shared is useless. Bye-bye.